You had better be working today to begin positioning yourself for success. If you're living inside of a jail or a prison, if you're going inside of a jail or a prison, there's never been a better time than today to start putting yourself on the pathway to overcoming those challenges. And in this book, Earning Freedom, 2021 Journal of January, I give you some of the strategies that I used while I was climbing through 9,500 days of federal prisons of every security level. The decisions that I started making inside had all of the reason for the influences that led to the experiences I had while I was in prison, the experiences I had during my first couple of years of liberty and how I started building my businesses, and what I am doing today. And so in today's daily journal entry, I'm going to be talking about that by first turning to the section of showing you how I do it. And what you see on my screen right now is a template. And you've noticed that it's a template where this is where I publish the daily video. So you see, every day I come in here and I just change the date. So today is January the 22nd. It is a Friday. And today it's 2:44 in the afternoon when I'm making this. But the reason I'm doing it so late is I was just insanely busy this morning. And I started working this morning really very early on this project over here. This is where I publish my books, right? And I was getting ready to publish a new version of this journal. I've been having some challenges with that. So I've been working on that since around 3:30 this morning. But now what I want to do is give you the lessons that we offer here on the Daily Journey. Every one of these books has lessons, and this is a copy of the lesson. You see it actually right here. And this is something that I want you to be doing. If you don't have access to the book, you can very easily just be looking at these lessons as I flash them on the screen. And if you're inside of a prison, you can read these on your little tablet or whatever it is that you have, just so that you know I'm not asking you to do anything that I didn't do while I was in prison and that I'm still doing today. And this, I'm actually making this video, and it's kind of a timely lesson because if you see over here on the left, I have this text message, and I'm going to block out the guy's number because he probably wouldn't want me to give it away. But this is effectively the message. It starts off with, "Is this the gentleman from Prison Professors?" And of course it is. And I write, "Yes, I am Michael Santos." And then he writes, "Either way, your videos are very educational and greatly appreciated." And I write, "I'm glad you find value in them. Would you like me to address a specific question or create a video specifically for you?" And he writes back, "If it's possible, complicated, but I can be general and brief." And I write, "What is the specific question?" And he wrote me, basically, "I am subjected to post-conviction punishment and laws. Laws keep changing and thus creating multiple punishments. Just looking for some guidance or resources pertaining to such. I am preparing PCR pro se." I don't know what PCR means, but I imagine it's post-conviction relief. Okay, so I got that message last night, and just coincidentally, you will see that this today's journal entry, that's exactly what it's about. It says the importance of maintaining our awareness. Awareness requires us to live in the world as it exists rather than as we want it to be. To succeed requires that we know where we stand. Then we must make decisions that will lead us in the direction of what we aspire to become. Through that deliberate process, we make others aware of our commitment, and those people then become vested in our commitment, helping us along the way. And while I'm talking, I'm just going to kind of scroll through this article here. And this article here, it starts off with a paragraph. Actually, I will read it because I remember writing this. It says that there is an old saying we attribute to President Abraham Lincoln. He said that if he had 6 hours to chop down a tree, he would spend the first 4 hours sharpening the axe. And that message tells us the importance of preparation. Regardless of how strong a person may be, if he doesn't grind his axe, he will not succeed in chopping down the tree. And so you can, pause this video as you go if you want to just kind of read the rest of the lesson and what I do. But I want to talk about how I use these lessons as I am working on my career right now, and as I am working I'm hoping to teach and inspire people who are either going into the prison system or people who are locked in prisons. And we distribute our courses for free inside of enough prisons that more than 100,000 people every year can access these tools and resources. And it's our hope to try and teach and inspire people. So that's what this document is about. You'll see that there are some open-ended questions where we are hoping to prompt you in the development of your critical thinking skills by asking these open-ended questions. But you're also seeing what I am doing. Every day, I stay committed to building my network. All of that is part of the preparation. And that's what I want you to be thinking about as well. And so I'll just move this out of the way and bring myself back on so I can have a conversation with you. Because I really want everybody who's watching this YouTube video to understand you have the power within to sow seeds that are going to grow into the next phase of your life. I had to do that while I was in prison, but because I spent my time doing things like writing this book and so many other books, that I had this pathway of building a strong support network and then nurturing that support network. And so if you're that young man that wrote me a text, or young woman, I don't know, you didn't identify your gender, if whoever you are, you've got to, it's really difficult to figure out, how am I going to be successful in overcoming the ancillary consequences of a criminal conviction if I just feel like I'm getting beat up all the time by the system? I'm not immune from that. Okay? I mean, I got out of prison, I built businesses, I've made millions of dollars, and then I got wrapped into a lawsuit because of my past, not because of anything I did, but because of my prison story. And you can read about it on my website or in any of my books. But I mean, it cost me millions of dollars, and I've lost opportunities, but it never stops me from sharpening my saw and building and growing and staying motivated to grow and prosper. And that's what I want for anybody who's watching our program, whether you are going into the system, whether you have come out of the system, whether you're in the system. Just think how difficult it is for a guy with a background like mine, who was incarcerated for 26 years, to turn prison systems and judges and probation officers and U.S. attorneys into my clients. But I've done that. And I'm sharing that with you with hopes that you will see that doesn't happen by accident. It happens because you can make decisions today that will have an influence on what you become tomorrow. But as Abraham Lincoln advised us, we have to be sharpening our saw. We have to be building the pathway that's going to take us from the challenges and the struggles that we have today and put us on the pathway to success. Now I've got to get back onto my pathway and get back to work. But I don't want to leave without asking you to please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. If you're watching this outside, if you're inside of a jail or a prison, reach out to your support group and see if they can enroll you in our daily journal program. If you want, you could. I got to start putting a way for you to contact me on the website, but you can have somebody go to our website. And if you send me a letter, we get a lot of letters. I got a letter today from this fella, Alexia Hendricks. I don't know if this person's in prison or what, but I'm going to send them a copy of the book because they took the time to write me a letter. And I want to write a letter back. Should I read this letter to you? I'll do that tomorrow. I haven't read the letter yet. I get too many of these, but I will send a copy of the book. And if you stay focused and want a copy of the Daily Journal, send me a letter and you may be surprised at what I send you back. Be well, be successful, and never stop believing in yourself. You've got to sharpen the saw. I am Michael Santos with Prison Professors in Compliance Mitigation. I hope that you will, if you're watching this on YouTube, look at the show notes below. If you want more information on the YouTube banner, there is, I think it's on the right side, or let's see, it would be on this side, I guess. You'll see a thing there that says you can download our free resources to help you. But if you're in a jail or a prison, send us a letter and I'll send you some books for free. I'm Michael Santos, and I want to thank you for being a part of our community. Thanks.